right? Like, don't you just know inside you're a complete mess? Like, how many of you are afraid that you just really don't know anything and somebody's going to find out? Raise your hand. Really? I mean, isn't it true? Like, it's weird. It's like no matter how old you get, like, when are you supposed to feel grown up? Like, I am 54 years old. I cannot believe that I am 54 years old. I'm still just like a little kid running around going, with my finger up my nose going, want to play? So, you know, inside there's this, and that's really where to do the work. I mean, obviously, everything that you learn through these conferences is your job. We need to know that. You need to know that. It's nuts and bolts stuff. The world of healthcare couldn't operate without it and without you. And what I'm hoping is somehow that you feel, as a result of, you know, our conversation today, that you feel yourself more on the track, the pathway to feeling whole again. Because health actually means, I think it's Greek for whole. It's being whole. It's to make someone whole again. That's what health is, to be healthy, to feel a sense of wholeness. And yet how many of us feel so fragmented and scattered and, you know, disparate, like one part over here and one part over there. So I learned, and this is one of the things that you can practice, is to make a pause, is to actually pause and ask yourself, is it right for me to be watching this, doing this thing, whatever that thing is? This is an interruption in your addictive brain. It's very important. We need to be able to interrupt our addictive brains. So, as an example, when you're sending an email to somebody, you might have the thought, is it right for me to just respond in a reactive way with an email, or should I really be picking up the phone? I mean, have you ever spent 20 minutes composing an email? You could have just called the person in 2 seconds. Or somebody sends you an email and 5 minutes later they'll call you and you go, did you get my email? As a communication channel, it can be very great. But nobody gave us the instruction book for email. Nobody said, look, Laura, here's this communication channel called email. Now, it's going to be really awesome because it will allow you to interact and transmit information, communication instantaneously. Oh, and by the way, you can also use it to avoid people that you really don't want to talk to. Can you relate? And how many of us are using our communication channels to avoid relating, so that we don't have to feel any emotion? Oh my God. If we lose our capacity to feel emotion, even if we can't predict what that will be, then we lose our humanity. We trade our humanness. That's who we are as human beings, is we trade the ability to think deeply, to think more deeply, and to feel more deeply, which is what will heal you and the world, or your family, and the people that you work with, right? Can you see that it's the capacity to think and feel more deeply that is ultimately has healing power? And that if we trade that for an automated, reactive, kind of, you know, knee-jerk way of working, then, you know, at the end of the day, how many of us feel more like a machine than a human being? And that's the experience that a lot of people are having. I know I did a lot of stuff today, but I don't feel very accomplished. Do you guys meet more than once a year? Not the whole group? Do you meet in regions? So you meet in regions. So now one thing that I would suggest is to take on supporting each other with your physical well-being at a regional level. I don't care if you don't like it. It doesn't matter. Right? You do it anyway. How many of you have children? You want to see those grandchildren? You want to run around and play with them? I'll give you my Jewish guilt, right? I remember my first job as a waiter at a Jewish delicatessen. I walked up to the table, I said, is anything okay? I know it takes a minute. So now I can feel in the room, it's like, oh God, he's going to make me. No, I'm not. You know, like I told you, for me, that's just breathing now. It's like, I am actually eating an apple every day, although today I won't, right? But it's happening naturally. The better I feel, the more naturally. Now, it could just be that you start off, you go for a 5-minute walk and you start to feel your body again. Actually get present to it. So many of us are literally feeling like we're dragging our body from one place to the next. Throwing coffee down it, right? Just get it here. Is that the feeling? Like we have such a lack of energy. But I will tell you, there is an unlimited, bless you, sneeze on that. You and I have an unlimited wellspring of energy that's available to us. That's natural. It's just that we forgot. You ever walk by an elementary school and see little kids at play? What is the mood of children in an elementary school? What's that like? They run around with their finger up their nose. They don't care what they look like, right? And the energy is so frenetic. It's so great. They're so alive. And you look around it up. What happened to us? Like, yeah, whatever, exercise. All right, I guess. I already knew that. Okay, so you're going to work on your bodies. Where are the regions here? Who's the region? Are the regional managers or regional captains? You're one. So you're going to be responsible for the physical well-being in your group? Yeah, is that okay? And who else is willing to be responsible for the physical well-being? You are. Would you stand up, please? And you are. Please stand up. If you're willing to be responsible for the physical well-being of your group, very nice. Please stand up. If you're willing to support the people that are willing to be responsible, stand up. And if you're willing to actually take on that you're going to eat better, walk, run, meditate, practice pausing, go to church more, eat one less candy bar, watch one less negative television show, and give somebody a hug, stand up.